Well, I would simply say decide what appeals to your heart and then work hard at it. Lots of resources are available today, uh, right here in our country, so you can compete with the best. Subsequently, if you're interested in making a higher degree abroad or a career abroad, the gates are always open for you to undertake that. So there are plenty of opportunities to study hard, to be competitive, and to contribute. If you're doing a master's program in many universities nowadays, there will also be a project involved there, and you could already you start using this project as some kind of a research training. And if you are going to work hard at your project and are also a little bit lucky, maybe you can even publish something. It's not that MSc dissertations or projects are not publishable. So it is really between how hard you work and how closely you interact with your academic supervisor that usually makes a lot of difference. But above all, for Indian students in general, I think the uh, only thing that I would say, pardon me for saying this openly, with my age, I think I can take some liberties. I'm much senior to all of you guys in this audience, I guess, in age. And therefore, I'll take the liberty of saying that we should not be afraid to think on our own. And it is not just about reading textbooks alone and committing the material to memory. Memory is very important. There is no learning without memory, but while memory is necessary, it is not sufficient. Particularly in the pursuit of science, it is all about applying the principles you have learned and committed to memory to situations that you might find arising in your research endeavor or whatever else. So I guess that will be the broad message, and just have fun. Basically, I think science, and as you go higher up in your education, bachelor's and then master's and then a doctoral or a postdoc or whatever, before latching on to your calling in life, I think it's about having a lot of fun and adventure, because I think research at any level is among the greatest adventures open to mankind, in my understanding. I think it's about having fun. Don't worry too much about amount of money you make or number of papers you publish. It's not about numbers. It's about quality, and above all, about your enjoyment and about applying your mind. So I guess that is the main thing. You will find your own ways to clear competitive exams and get through the admissions process, which is always a rat race, also in the Western world, no less than here in India. Okay, because there is a SAT, for example, in the US. Maybe Christy can tell you more about it. Like we have various exams here, a SAT and a CAT and a GMAT, and for various disciplines, even including management, not to speak of GRE and TOEFL and ELTS or a NET and a GATE here. So there are always competitive exams. But I think the key is to have fun and understand the principles and not be afraid to apply the principles. Research is not everybody's calling. Some people may be interested in research as a career, in which case you should be willing to work extremely hard and cut your social life very strongly and become very unpopular in your social circle, and not bet on making too much money. But on the other hand, it is up to you. You can say that if you're very inventive in your research, maybe you can make a lot of patents. And if your patents are the technology based on your patents is saleable, you can make some money there as well. The magnetic resonance imaging field, MRI, the people who came up with the initial MRI experiments went on to win the Nobel Prize, but I think they won much more money out of their patent royalties. I hear that Peter Mansfield, who was one of the two MRI Nobelists in 2003, made 70 million pounds from his patent royalties. Whereas, the Nobel Prize is only about $1 million. And if there are two laureates in a year, they usually split it in two. So each gets $500,000. So you compare $500,000, which may be less than 400,000 pounds, and this man made 70 million pounds from patent royalties. So you can make money, But I think the prime motivation is fun. So I think people who are not afraid to have fun and adventure in their laboratory, if you are an experimentalist, I think you can consider yourself as having a fair chance at research. Then just work hard. There is no getting away from working hard. You have to go through the competitive exams. There is no getting away from that either. But then down the line, you put the hard work. It's a kind of a labor of love. Okay, so if you enjoy what you're doing, I think it's a labor of love, and then you have a much better success rate, presumably. I suppose that's what I can say in general. My whole career has been made in India, so I cannot advise you too much about the American scene or any such thing. I did spend some stints abroad, but that was probably after my doctoral work and after setting up my own lab in CSIR. Much later, I was visiting professor in a few places in Europe and briefly also in the US and so on. But I think Christy has better experience about working abroad than I do. I think Dr. Christy George must have now completed, she must be probably in her 7th year abroad. I think in all my career, I spent about 2.5 years abroad in all. So that's not much I can tell you specifically about working in the US. I can only tell you about having fun in what you do. But you don't have to, all of you, decide that you want to do research. You may want to do other things. So, I mean, feel free, whatever is your interest, I think you pursue it with the best of your abilities and the best of your efforts. And nothing is greater or lesser than anything else. Nowadays, there is opportunities galore in everything that you can name. The world is a large place, so there's plenty of room out there for good people. Only thing is, by applying your mind, you will add value to whatever you're doing, and then you will be a champion, no matter what you have decided to do. I guess that's about what I have to say in general, unless somebody has specific questions. But probably about working abroad, I think Dr. Christy George will be in a far better position to advise you. My pleasure, and congratulations on conducting such a program. I really would like to felicitate you on taking this initiative at the college level, which I think is extremely important, because I think your kind of efforts, and you said this will be followed in the coming weeks also, these efforts to expose your bachelor's level students to research at the forefront, if I may call it that, I think this will go a long way in inspiring your young students to thinking along these lines of scientific research and being unafraid to contribute in their time to such efforts as they go along. So I think I would certainly like to felicitate Dr. Sahir and your college, your institution, for constructing such a program and bringing it to fruition and rolling it out now and continuing with it in the weeks to come. All the best to you. Congratulations once again, and all the very best.